What's up, everyone? In this video, I'm going to introduce our next voting method, which is called the Borda Count method. This method is very similar to what we see in the NBA MVP voting. So let's take a look. Okay, we're going to take a look at what we call the Borda Count method, or sometimes just the Borda method of voting. And in this method, what we're doing is we're assigning points to each of the positions that people are in. And then we're going to add up those points to determine their score. And then we're going to not eliminate, we're going to pick the person with the highest score. So kind of outline the steps here, assigning points from the lowest points go to the lowest rank. So 1 point for last place, 2 points for second to last, etc. And then the total of the points we're going to have to add up based off of the counts. So we're going to have to do a little bit of multiplication here. And then once we add up all those results, we'll look at the candidate that has the highest score. So what we're going to do here, when we look at our first example, when we're looking at which movie was voted the favorite movie by this group of voters, what we have to do is now, instead of thinking of these choices as just choices, we want to think of them in terms of points. So our lowest choice is third, which is going to be worth 1 point. Second choice is going to be worth 2 points. First is going to now be worth 3 points. So see how I just count from the bottom up, because lowest point total goes to the lowest score, and then counting up will get you your total number of points. Sorry, not total number of points, but your assignment of points to each place. Now we want to take a look at each movie. So let's go ahead and start with Top Gun Maverick. So I'll just Top Gun. Now, Top Gun gets 3 points for each of these 15 votes in this first column here, which means it's going to get 3 times those 15. So we have 3 times 15. Plus, once we get over here to these 19, Top Gun is going to get some points. It's going to get 1 point for each of those 19. So it's 1 times 19. Then we go over here to these 5, 1 point because it's in third choice for each of those 5. So 1 times 5. And then finally in the last column here, Maverick is going to get 2 points for each of those 15. So it's 2 times 15. Now we just do a little bit of arithmetic here. $99 points for Top Gun Maverick. Let's continue this and take a look at the Batman. So for Batman, Batman gets 2 points times the 15 in that first column. Plus Batman's actually going to get 3 points for those 19, so 3 times 19. Plus the next column, 2 points times 5, 2 times 5. And the next column, 1 point for those 15, 1 times 15. $112. And our final movie, Lightyear. Again, we're looking at the points. Lightyear's going to get 1 point for those 15, 1 times 15. Plus, Lightyear's going to get 2 points for those 19, 2 times 19. Lightyear gets 3 points for those 5, 3 times 5. And finally, 3 points for those 15, 3 times 15. So our total is 15 plus 38 plus 15 plus 45. That's 113 points. So Lightyear actually wins, because Lightyear had the highest total points. So it's a little bit more arithmetic, but really not that bad. I highly recommend you just always do your multiplication first, because that's technically the order of operations, but don't worry about the order of operations in that technical sense. Remember, multiplication's done first. It's just easier that way. So for this one, I want you to do the same thing we've been doing. I want you to pause the video, give it a shot, and I'll go ahead and write out the solutions and speed them up. Okay, so looks like Deep Space Nine is going to get 94 votes, which is more than the 92 for the lower decks and the 90 for the Oroville. So our winner is Deep Space Nine. And that's how the Borda method works. More calculation, but it does bring in kind of some value to your position if you're a little bit lower in the choices, but you had more people kind of voting for you. So in this case, like when I look at Deep Space Nine won this, but notice that Deep Space Nine did not have very many first choice votes, right? It had 4 first choice votes there, 8 first choice votes there. So it didn't have a whole lot of first choice votes, but what it did have was lots of second choice votes, which kind of gave it a little bit more of a boost, right? So that's one thing that makes Borda a little different from plurality and from instant runoff, is that you're actually giving more credit to those middle choices, like the second choice, when there's a lot of people that would say, this is my second choice for a show. So just keep that in mind, that this is how, when we do these different voting methods, we kind of end up with these sort of variations in results. Is because of where you're sort of giving the credit to based off of the preference tables. Okay.